today we're going to be showing the process of building our 16 horsepower vtwin swapped lawnmower. And first off, we're going to start. I'm getting the torque converter holes drilled, getting the motor ready. I had to take all the parts off, all the factory parts. But yeah, getting that all customized up and ready to fit on there because it had to be turned to fit with this motor. After that, we did some test fitting and found out we had to cut some stuff out of the way, so I did that. Now we're just getting some things ready and figuring out where we're going to put the motor and stuff and making a hole for the torque converter so we can put that on. And now we're starting to build the steering system. I'm just trying to figure it all out because I wanted to have the steering figured out before we put the motor and everything in. And then I had little John pull the axle off, which he had a lot of fun doing that. And now I'm getting the mount for the rack tacked up because we decided to go with rack and pinion steering for this mower because we planned to have it going about 65 miles an hour-ish. So we wanted it to have nice, stable steering so we didn't flip and crash into a ditch or something. But then we changed the rear sprocket, and I had little John put the axle back in, which he also had a lot of fun doing that. And now I had little John pull the motor out so I could finish up the steering. And then I was just making sure everything fit, and I was making the bottom link for the steering so I could have it all in there, which the steering was kind of a pain in the ass, but we got it done because we had to go under the frame around that big-ass motor. Then after I tacked the support in and got all the steering in, then I was able to start working on the tie rods, or start working on the motor mounts so I could mount the motor now that I knew the steering was out of the way. Let little John do some welding. And now we were prepping the frame to add in our frame supports because this motor is heavy and makes a lot of power, so we don't want the frame breaking or anything. And now I'm building all the setup to put the brake because we decided to run a drift brake style setup because that's what John wanted. And also our torque converter would have been in the way of our foot brake. But now here we were mounting the motor in so we knew where the motor was going to end up. And then John had something wrong on the tires, so I had to fix that. And then I did a little off-camera working, and I made some intake manifolds so we could mount our custom off-brand dirt bike carbs on here, which worked out pretty good. Then we cut the holes in the side cover, put our carbs on right through the cover so we could have that ready to go and mint. Then we put the throttle cable on and stuff. And I had to move the pet perch up so we could have the throttle cable work. And then we were cutting out the holes for the hood, mounting our gas tank. And then here, I think we were getting ready. Yeah, we were mounting the hood fully, which we had to cut a bunch of it out and stuff, and cut a bunch of holes for the gas tank. Which John was not happy about cutting up this hood, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Which we tried cutting it multiple times to make it to make it close with just 2 holes for the carbs. But that did not work out because we cut it time after time and it did not fit. So we ended up cutting out a huge hole, and that did work.
Got Mr. John Baby Man Monkowski. Gonna take this thing for a ride. That guy's driving like a grandma. Oh, this thing's got some juice to it.
Get up there. I want to see what this thing sounds like.
What do you think, John? It's kind of quick, isn't it? Oh, hold on, shut it off. The gas tank fell off.
Let's take it up to the barn.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could take it to the barn.
Oh.
Yeah, the gas tank, our gas tank bracket's not
We're
working.
zip tied.